Hello and welcome to the channel and this video about the Shuttle shelf Ikea layout. So as you can see, this is where we got to from the last video. So some of the scenery has been developed, we've added some greenery, station area is more or less complete and the road is there. So this episode we're going to be looking at adding in the bridge area, adding in some more greenery around that section and then developing that area. So with that, let's crack on. So with the bridge area, I'm using a Hornby Scaledale bridge, which you can see, but it's not big enough. So I'm adding some foam on either side, which I've cut down. This side I've added a slope, this side I couldn't because I didn't have enough foam. And what we're going to do, we're going to build up them, paint them brown, then add some static grass and some foliage, and then try and mould it into shape. So while the foam is drying, because I've painted that brown, I've added in some more scenery in front of it. So these are the Hornby Scaledale walls, which I had left over from my previous layout, and what I'm doing, I'm just adding them in onto the layout to make a sort of like little farm area. So the idea is to add some sheep in here and maybe a couple of people, just adds a bit more interest into the layout rather than just having cars and foliage at the front. So all I'm doing with that is super gluing it down, and then where the gaps are between where the walls join up, I'm just adding some foliage just to disguise the joins. I'm not going to do it right up to the bridge right now because I don't know how that all fit, so I'll add them in. These are the sheep I'm using, these are just Pico ones. I think these cost £3-4. Tony's trains rugby, and they'll just add in a bit more scenery. So now the foam has been dried and brown, I've added just a layer of static grass, just one basic layer. So the bridge will slot in there. I'm not going to paint the underneath, just picking up the other foam bit off the ground. And then I've done the same with that one, but obviously it's a little bit wider on that one. So, and then we'll put the station into the middle, and that's what it will roughly look like. Obviously I need to add some thing in between so there's no gap. So that side is looking actually quite a good join, this side not so. So I'll add some foliage into that gaps, and then I need to actually do the tops of them so it matches somewhat to the road. So we'll add in some filler and then paint it up and try and match it up. So that's the filler on top now. I'll sand that down once it's dried, then give it a paint, then add in some foliage. But it's looking okay for now. And then the idea is I'm going to put some trees in front of both sides just to disguise them areas as well. So back to the little farmyard bit. So while that all dries, I've added some more static grass and some more walls just to sort of complete this area. So I'm going to add a tree in and then add in, I think, a car and a couple of people. But I need to fill this gap in. So all I'm going to do is use some PVA glue, which you can see, and then I've got a bag of foliage, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that so it joins up the gaps, sort of disguises it, because at the minute it doesn't look great. And then I've got my glove on again to try and save me having PVA glue all over my hands. So I'm going to add loads of that. I might do a couple of layers depending on how well it disguises it the first round. And we'll see how it does, and then I'll add some on the other side as well. And this is how it looks. So as you see, the gaps are now hidden, so looking much better. And since then I have added a few more things. So at the front I've added this fence and then a few vehicles and a little bit of mud to make some sort of roadwork scene. They are Batman figures with Oxford die cast vehicles. So quite happy with that little scene. Then got a few cones as well, they're Batman scene craft stuff. Then we have an Eddie Stay bar, again Oxford diecast, and a Vauxhall Corsa. Just adds more of the modern look because it's sort of a heritage line. And then if we go back over here, got the fire engine again, and then the railway British Rail van. Then we've added people, benches and scale down stuff. And then we have added the 2 trees, which I was on about earlier, a couple of peat farmers, and then a Land Rover. And then on the bridge, we've got a tractor. And then I've done the road markings, which I'll show you in a minute. But the layout is getting to that stage where it's getting ready to go actually on the shelf, and then I can just do a few final touches over there. So we've added a few bits here to go in front of the siding. So we've got a spare wheel, bit of track, and a spare buffer. Then the road itself there, we've painted it, add a bit more foliage on either side, and a couple of tractor marks. So this is up on the shelf. We've got LEDs on the top. So really pleased with it. I've just moved the LED strobe live for now because it was blocking the view of where the fence is and all that. This is at night, so that's why the colour's a bit dim. But really pleased with it. Still a bit more to do. Added the backboard now as well, which looks quite good. Just stuck that up on the wall. But there is a few other bits and bobs I need to do. But overall, this is now sort of a complete layout. So thanks for watching. There'll be a couple more videos yet. But hopefully you can subscribe, like the channel, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Cheers for now.